I think some of them I think the biggest thing, Aaron, is just modeling the way. These guys, I think what great leaders do is they affect positive change. They elevate people around them, and most importantly, they do what they're supposed to do in terms of what it looks like with our core values, our principles. And it's not exclusive to those 7 guys. There's multiple guys that do a great job of personifying that. And I think top to bottom, this is as good of a group where you really say different personalities, but our kinds of guys that we've ever had since I've been the head coach. The hell kind of question is that? My ass would be the captain right there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. You know what's cool, though, in all seriousness? We have so many great leaders on our coaching staff, and really players and coaches, and this is such an enjoyable group. I think the best part is I can truly step back and let our coaches lead. And then you're always there, but this is probably the most fun I've had, just being able to kind of step back, watch the coordinators, the position coaches lead the way. And as long as I don't screw it up, things will follow and be in good shape. So I definitely would not vote myself a captain.
You always talk about how you hope in every practice the team gets incrementally better. And as you guys approach the beginning of the season, how did you guys improve today?
I think we took a step in the right direction. We tried to simulate a game. Our starters got a little over 50 snaps, got a bunch of different situations, different parts of the field, some sudden changes. Thought we handled it really well. Wasn't perfect, but I think when we're going first offense versus first defense, there's a high caliber of ball that you feel good about. I think guys are understanding how to be able to toe the line, and I'll look forward to looking at this tape, but I was really pleased with just the effort on both sides, and like anything, we'll always have some things that we can learn from, but I thought it was a great job, being able to finish out this week, have 3 days of really rest, recovery, rejuvenation, and come back, for the bonus Monday, ready to roll. I don't, but I can see why it would be, a convenient narrative. Whatever I say is going to be an excuse. What we do is, we try to believe in our approach. We try to be able to simulate a lot of those settings as much as we possibly can. But I think it's about us playing well, executing at a high level. I think health is a big, important part of it. But ultimately, I totally understand where people would question it based on starting 3-6, 1-4. I'm always going to try to make the decisions, and we are always going to try to make the decisions that we feel like are best for the collective and for our football team. And so I understand that it's not for everybody, but there's a lot of thought that goes into what we think is best, and I'm hopeful that we'll start the right way. But, man, we got a great challenge against a team we have a ton of respect for, Gary. That's a hard question to be able to say. I think I think just continue to stack days. I think we want to put together good plans that allow our players to be able to go play with great clarity. In the first game of the year, there's always some unscouted looks. I think it's really about being able to play rules ball. Obviously, with them having a first-time coordinator, he knows us, we know them a little bit. Familiar with their defensive structure, they're excellent, and then they've always been excellent in the kicking game as well. So I got a lot of respect for this group that we're going against, but I think it's about us having a good week of preparation, making sure that we do a good job of trying to put our players in the right spots to have good, successful outcomes, and then when the time comes to be able to kick off, let's go cut it loose and go for it. Everybody was back out there today, so that was a real positive. I think we're getting healthy at the right time. Alaric Jackson will be out there on Monday. He'll also be a full participant if the plans go accordingly on Wednesday and Thursday and take part in the walkthrough on Friday. So excited to be able to get him back out there as well.
Now that we're approaching this point in the season, what's the impact of having 3 returning coordinators throughout this entire process?
It's big, and I really feel fortunate to be around a great coaching staff. And we had 6 new additions, but I think they all fit. They've all done a great job of, feeling like they're one of us. But I do think it's been great, Brock, to be able to have continuity at the coordinator spot. There's another year of familiarity. There's another year of us working together, figuring out, hey, how do we maximize our players? How do we communicate and collaborate amongst each other as a coaching staff? And how do we remain curious to be able to have that flexibility and adaptability that's going to be necessary, throughout the course of the season? Awesome. You guys have a good weekend.